back with our way of loving Him. How do we love Him? Obey Him. How do we love Him? Be like Him. He commands us. He says in the Quran, وَأَحْسِن كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. Remember, we said this is a principle, the principle of ihsan. Do good beautifully, not just any level of good. Perform the most beautiful acts like God did for you. وَأَحْسِن كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. I began today because we've been speaking about return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In order for us to beautify, we need to first cleanse and purify. So we cleanse our heart and we purify by returning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then we solidify our faith. Remember the ayah? وَإِنِّي لَغَفَّارٌ, ayah 82, Surah Taha. This is what we're discussing the last couple of nights and tonight and inshallah tomorrow night. He says, وَإِنِّي لَغَفَّارٌ, surely I often excessively forgive and cover for those. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us He forgives us and He covers up for us. For who? These are the conditions. Taba وَآمَنَ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا ثُمَّ اهْتَدَى. Taba, we said, returns to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we need to examine our return, make sure it's correct. Amana solidifies their faith. We spoke about that. Amila salihan, we're now elaborating on this. The best and the quickest translation of amila salihan is through our charity, giving. Where do we find this? Many ayat in the Holy Quran. First of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts salat next to zakat. We said, anywhere salat, zakat. Why? Salat, connecting with God, now translated, do good to people. You connected to God, you become a better person with the people. You pay charity, you beautify, you purify and beautify your wealth. That is zakat. And then, in this ayah that I began with from Surah Al-Munafiqun, the last two ayat of Surah Al-Munafiqun are a great reminder of the necessity of giving before we lose the opportunity. In these ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, give from what God has given you. It's a reminder again. We said often God reminds us, when I'm telling you to give, I'm the one who gave you in the first place. First of all, don't doubt. When you want to give, don't doubt me and think you're going to be poor. Who makes you feel like you're going to be poor? Remember? Shaitan. Shaitan makes you feel if you give, you're going to be poor. What does God say in response? He says, if you give, I'll forgive you and I'll give you abundance. مَغْفِرَةً مِّنْهُ وَفَضْلًا. Abundance. This is a promise from God. He often reminds us, I gave it to you, now I'm telling you give. What a simple trial. If only we open our eyes, huh? He gave us like a parent. You know, some parents train their kids to give charity. They give it to them and say, go put it in the charity box or give it to that poor person. They want them to feel that the importance of this act, being charitable and giving. Or takes this food to this needy person. Our neighbor, he's not well off financially, he's not well to do, take this food to him. Train your children on giving, the act of giving. And giving generously. You want them to be generous with you and to their own family members and to the world. You want them to be godly, act godly around them. Show them, give them to give in abundance. Good, beautiful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is dealing with us in the same way. He gives us more than we need. Why? He could have given every single one of us exactly what we needed for our livelihood. He gives some less and some more. That's a trial. That is his expression of love to both parties. He loves some by giving them less. He loves some by giving them more. For the one he gives less, he wants them to connect with him, to call him, to rely on him, to never doubt him, to never question him. You have less, don't question God. Be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't try illegitimate means to get your wealth. Stick to what is legitimate and what is permissible. And God will provide for you. It'll come. If you wait patiently against anything that is forbidden, God will give it to you in multiples in what is permissible. That is your trial. The one who got more, what is their trial? Will you give those who need? And Quran literally tells us that. Those who fuddilu, those who were given more, will they treat others like they're equals? فَهُمْ فِيهِ سَوَاء, like they are equal? What is the difference? I'm a human being, he and she are human beings. I have more than what I need. Do I feel this? Do I feel as a human being that I have that responsibility to make them feel good, have a decent meal, have decent clothes, have decent living? Or do I become like Qarun? Remember what Qarun said? I got it because I have the knowledge. I got it because, some of us we say, I worked hard. Let them work hard. What if that's their level of intelligence, understanding? What is that? What if they have challenges that you're not aware of? God gave you what he did not give them, even that the willingness to work harder. Who gave it to you? The knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, how to save, how to economize. Who gave it to you? Did you ever hear of any of the Imams of Ahlul Bayt saying to somebody who asked them, why don't you go work harder? Never. Would you expect them to even say that? Would you? Nobody would expect the Imam to say something like that. Therefore, remember, God gave it to you. وَأَنفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ, from what we have sustained you with. We have provided for you. Before a day comes, the ayah, back to the ayah. Before a day comes, من قبل أن يأتي يوم, before من قبل أن يأتي أحدكم الموت. Sorry, before the death comes to any one of you. What happens then? Remember the other ayah, similar ayah. He says, God, let me go back. Remember that? Now, similarly. فَيَقُولَ رَبِّ لَوْلَا أَخَّرْتَنِي. He says, when death comes, he says, my Lord, give me a little bit of a chance. Delay my death a little bit. Why? There are many people who spoke of what they call near-death experience. I don't know if you've ever heard of those experiences. There's in fact a program, it's a Farsi program, but so many people have the subtitles and they share some episodes of it. Somebody who always is interviewing people who go through these near-death experiences. And he talks to them. If you go across the board, anywhere in the world, anyone who has those experiences, you'll find very much the same storyline in terms of what they see, the light, the tunnel, and whatever else. One of the common things they say is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already told us in the Quran centuries ago, 1400 or so years ago. He told us this is what they say. They say, رَبِّ لَوْلَا أَخَّرْتَنِي, delay me a little bit. Why? إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ قَرِيبٍ, a little bit. Why a little bit? You know why a little bit? Because when they see the reality, they're not too concerned about this world anymore. They don't expect too much out of this world anymore. They don't want so much. And anybody who's been through that experience, if you look at them afterwards, they live like different people, completely different. What do they want to do? He says, إلى أجل قريب فأصدق. Therefore, I give sadaqah. I didn't translate it for a reason. Remember zakat, we said, cannot be translated? Another term, very difficult to translate. Let's look into this term. فَأَصَّدَّقَ. He only wants to come back. He or she whom has faced death says, my Lord, delay me a little bit. إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ قَرِيبٍ. Because I want to give sadaqah. فَأَصَّدَّقَ. And that means وَأَكُمْ مِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ. And that makes me amongst the righteous people. The people who do good, who reform. Why فَأَصَّدَّقَ? He doesn't say to come back and pray. Remember the other guy said the same thing. لَعَلِّي أَعْمَلُ صَالِحًا فِيمَا تَرَكْتُ.